Hey, I'm Mindy Kinnis. This is The Daily Rage. I received a bunch of questions on the trader funding program that I use, so I wanted to go through how it works and then answer some of these specific questions, in addition to giving you a little bit of my experience. I'll tell you my review of how this whole thing goes. So how it works. Essentially, you get to choose which level of funding you would like. So if you want a 25K account, that would be the smallest. If you want a 300K account, that would be the biggest that this particular company offers. Then how it works is you get to trade up to 4 contracts or 20 micros at a time. You have to prove yourself, though, before they're going to give you actual money to trade. So when you begin, it's essentially on a paper trading evaluation account. So the two things that you need to do in order to get to the funded status, you need to first hit your profit goal, and that goal is going to be different depending on which level of account you choose. And then you also need to trade at least 10 days. A day, according to them, is the full trading day, so it would start at the evening session and end when that day closes. So for instance, Sunday night is not considered a day, that's considered part of Monday, so that would be one day. The reason that they do that is they want to make sure that you can actually trade and you just didn't hit it big with luck on day one and you're like, oh, I already hit my profit target, yay. So that is why they do that. So there is that profit goal and then trading at least 10 days. Now, the awesome thing about this is that you pretty much can't screw it up. And even if you do, there are ways to remedy it. So let's talk about some of those different options. Let's say you try this and you get in for a month. And this is how this works. It's a subscription. So you're paying this company to give you access to this level of funding. The coupon code, though, that I have given to you offers you 50% off of this fee ongoing. So as long as you maintain your account. And this weekend in particular, they're actually offering 80% off. So same coupon code, you will get 80% off the first month of your evaluation account. But like I was saying, let's say you screw it up. Here are a few different ways to handle it. Choice 1 would be to say, oh, messed that up. Okay, I'm out. Screw that. So at 80% off of $147 per month, that's $29.40. Then you got to pay a little tax, so let's just call it $30-something. If you want to give yourself one chance at this and you want to just risk $30, that would be it. You could cancel your account at that point and call it good. The other option is to pay a reset fee, and that is $80 regardless of what account size that you have, and that $80 will take 5 minutes and then reset your account completely. It's kind of like if you're in the sim and you just go in and reset it. So you're like, oh, I have $100,000 again. Awesome. This does cost you $80, but it limits your risk because you're not trading with real money. And I would rather pay $80 than have lost $1,500, which is the trailing threshold, which is essentially how much you can lose, the max amount you can lose. So that is how that can go. And you can reset that as many times as you want. I myself reset mine a bunch because when I started this whole thing, I was not trading like I normally trade. First off, I didn't know how to use NinjaTrader very well, so that was a problem. Second off, I was having this big account, so I was basically gambling instead of trading. So what I've done more recently is saying, okay, now I need to actually just trade how I normally would trade, and I'm more comfortable with Ninja, so that is working out well. Once you have hit that approval, though, of your 10 trading days and whatever your profit goal is, then, as you can see here, once you're in the paid or funded account fee, it's $85 per account per month. Now, they also have some cool stuff that you can use, like duplicate accounts and actually just trade on one, but it duplicates it to the other. I don't get that fancy with it, but it is an opportunity and you can spread out your risk and also reward potential if you do it that way. And they have videos on all that stuff on this site. So if that's interesting to you, you can check that out. But that's the thing to know is these fees here are only for the evaluation, and that might take as many months as you want to take. You can cancel at any time, of course. But again, once you are funded, it's $85 per month per account. So let me get to some of these questions. At what point do commissions plus subscription plus resets make it more favorable to just trade one's own account with a low commission broker? Okay, so here's the way that I think about commission. I'm going to be paying commission either way. And let's say that I trade 3 different times per day. And that actually would be a little light for me, but sometimes it's 3. So let's just use that as an example. So 3 trades per day times $4.50 commission each. If I was trading a Big E contract, that would be $13.50. If I multiply that by 20 trading days per month, that alone is $270 that I have paid into commission. Now, you are still paying commission in this, but it's not coming out of your real money. It's coming out of your funded account. So as far as I'm concerned, if I'm going to pay $147 or even 50% of that, or even 80% of that, which is $29.40, that's so much different than $270 worth of commission that I would be paying to my regular brokerage. So that's just one way to consider it. Now, as far as the subscription, you're only on this level of subscription as long as you're in the evaluation. Then it's $85 per month. And then the amount of resets that you do, it kind of just depends on how much you want to play it. What I would do is maybe set yourself a limit. Don't just give yourself unlimited resets. That might be a little too loose for some people. What you could do is you could say, okay, I'm going to give myself 1 month at the 80% off rate. You could pick this one, which is your lowest risk. You also need the lowest profit goal. And then you could be trading on a $25,000 account versus whatever your size of account is. And that to me is the biggest reason that I think this is an awesome program, because I myself don't have $50,000 in my regular account, but I can trade on this one on a $50,000 account. That to me is worth the subscription fee and all the resets because I can trade bigger size. Now, I enjoy that. That may not be for everybody. Let's just be clear about that. This isn't going to be the best fit for everyone. Additionally, you'll want to consider what kind of data fees that you pay to your brokerage. Now, some of them don't charge you data fees, but some of them do. For instance, NinjaTrader, you need a license to be able to use it and trade on it. In this case, the NinjaTrader license is included, so you're also saving on that. The question comes up for all of us is, am I good enough? Like, am I able to meet these criteria? And the reality is there's only one way to find out, right? If you're questioning that or you're not sure about that, that's completely normal. But I would recommend maybe starting with this first one. And if you get it this weekend, you could set yourself a limit. You could say, I'm going to just try this out for 30 days. I'm going to pay $29.40, which is 80% off of this price. I'm going to see what I can do. And then if you don't hit it, you don't have to reset. You don't have to even continue your subscription. You could cancel, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's totally fine. Go back to trading your own account. But at least it will give you the insight of, this is something that I want to pursue, or it's not. Then you'll know. Now, at this point, you may be thinking like I was, okay, well, what's the catch? This almost sounds too good to be true. Like they're just going to give me all this money to trade on for, these small subscription fees. And I actually think it's an awesome business model. As an entrepreneur myself, I have a lot of respect for this guy. Daryl is the gentleman who owns this company. And what I also like about him is he's a real trader. He trades himself. He has been in trading competitions and won them. And I respect people who also trade because there are tons of people in this industry, both in the trading education space and also companies like this, that don't actually trade. They are just the business side of it, which, is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's a little extra awesome that he is also a trader himself. So I look at the amount of risk that I would be taking in my regular account, plus the money that I've lost. You all have seen me lose money in plenty of videos. And thinking about the amount that I'm paying per month for evaluation, and then the amount that I'm paying for the funded account per month, that to me is all worth it to be able to trade bigger size without risking my own money. That to me is the biggest thing. So there is no catch technically it is just, I think, a really interesting business model and a way to help people be able to trade a little bit bigger and be able to make some profit. You get to keep 90% of your profits once you are in that funded level. And I would say have an end goal. I've shared my end goal with you in videos in the past. So my goal would be to utilize this to get my own $50,000, like real money, my account, and trade on that. And that whole time, I would just be paying a funded account fee of $85 per month without having any of the risk of actually losing it all. Here are a few other things that I do appreciate about the way that this works. Every time I've reached out to support, they've been quick and helpful, which I like. They also offer their customers a lot of different resources. They actually seem like they want you to do well. And as I mentioned, Daryl is also a trader, which I like. Now, here are the cons as far as I'm concerned. One, you don't get to keep all your own money, and it is a subscription fee. So there's that. And secondarily, I don't love NinjaTrader. My best trades are on TradeStation using the Matrix. And even though NinjaTrader has a dome, I just don't love it. So really, though, those are my only two negatives. Is you don't get to keep all your money. You only get 90% of it. That's still much better than some of the other companies that I have seen online, where some of them you only get to keep 75% of it. Sometimes you only get 50-50 split. And I'm like, what? I don't want to do all this work for only 50% of my money. And then the NinjaTrader thing, honestly, those are my only two complaints, if I could even call them complaints, because overall, I'm really, really pleased with this. But here's the thing. With any investment, you need to weigh the risk, and everyone has a different risk level. Everyone has a different budget. Everyone has different goals. I myself am more inclined to risk. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my secret plan with you. Because of this 80% off this weekend, I'm looking at these prices and I'm like, what? I should just try it. So I'm going to actually get another account at this 100K level because it's $41.40 after the 80% off of this. And I'm going to limit myself to 1 month. That means I have 1 month to get to this $6,000 profit goal and at least 10 days of trading. Now, I don't know if I can do that, but the way that I'm thinking about it is you know what? It actually would be kind of fun to trade on a $100,000 account. And if my total risk in that whole endeavor is $41, I'm in. I'm not going to do the reset. I'm not going to do anything else. So if I don't get it within the 30 days, I'm just going to cancel that account and stick with my 50K. If I do get it within 30 days, again, I don't have any idea if I can hit that or not. It sort of depends on what the market does. It depends on how I'm doing in the next month, all these things. But if I do get that, then I'll just cancel this one and focus on this one and pay my $85 per month on my funded account and then have a $100,000 account. I mean, that sounds crazy to me. I don't know if it sounds crazy to you, but that's where I'm at in this. So that is what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to sign up until Sunday because obviously the markets are closed today. Tomorrow is Saturday. Markets are also closed. And so if I wait till Sunday, then I have a full month. And that just gives me a couple extra days to potentially hit that thing. So that's the way that I'm thinking about it. The coupon code is below this video if you want to jump in and try it out. The 80% off coupon does expire on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, and then it reverts back to 50%. So just to be clear again, that 80% off is only for the first month. So if you were to sign up for this, you would pay $41 the first month, but then it would go back to this $207. Now, you don't want that. I wouldn't want that either. So what you could do is cancel that and then re-sign up with my same coupon, and that would give you 50% off ongoing. So the 80% is only 1 month, the 50% is ongoing, but you do want to manage that for yourself. So if you have any other questions about this, I am happy to answer them. As far as I know, there's tons of information on this site. So you should actually go and watch these videos that shows all about their program. And then just, like I said, make the decision for yourself what level of risk you want to play with if you want to play this game. And let me just show you one more thing. These are all the things that you can trade. So it's all futures, just to be clear about that. But essentially, it's all the regular stuff that we trade anyway. So it's the indexes, it's the bonds and notes, it's currency futures, the meats, ags, energy products, metals, and of course, my favorite, the micros. All of these things are included, even future cryptos. So it's not that different in terms of what you could actually trade. So it's all the same stuff I normally trade. And like I said, I'm going to go for this 100K account and just see what happens. It kind of freaks me out, but I also kind of like that. And I will let you know how it goes. I'm Mindy Kinnis. Thanks so much for watching.